Okay, so today I'll be talking to you about our new game. It's called Rocket CupStrike. So, Rocket CupStrike is a very fun and successful game with millions of people playing it around the world. The rules are easy to learn, and the materials to set it up are very cheap. It's also very beginner friendly and does not take long for you to master. Everyone, including disabled people, are welcome to play, as this game is very, very inclusive. So, you're wondering, how did this start off? Well, we started this project back when we were high school students, and a business tech project planted the seed in our minds. So, the creators, I, Joshua Yin, and Patrick Lee were all involved in various stages of our development. We're trying to achieve the creation of a game that can be labeled as a classic, like something on par with big names such as Monopoly or the Game of Life. So we used multiple brainstorming techniques when we started this game. We utilized innovative and very numerous creative ideas to decide on one idea in particular. With the use of inspiration from other games, we were able to produce many prototypes. For instance, we had multiple ideas including the use of balloons or even snowshoes that were suspended by the ultimate decision on Rocket CupStrike. Our brainstorming drew ideas from different sports and games such as basketball, tennis, or cup pong, just to name a few. Our game is built on a vision of combining multiple popular and enjoyable sports into one intricately developed game that can be enjoyed by everyone. So after that, we had our analysis phase, where we fine-tuned our rough drafts and used both divergent and convergent thinking to help us innovate even further. Then we had the final draft of our rough draft. We used this to address uncertainties in our final draft and finalize our decisions in materials and how the rules would play out. Then we had the creation of the game. Rules were being laid out, penalties were being created, and players were considered for how they would feel. Then there was the testing. So we tested the game and we thought out how a game would go, and then we rendered it in Tinkercad, which you can see right here on the screen. And then lastly, there's the finished project. After feedback from other people we gathered in class, we published our game with increased playability and enjoyment statistics. So maybe you're wondering, how do you play this game? Well, I'll tell you that now. So the objective of Rocket CupStrike is to hit the wiffle ball, which you can see over here, by using the tennis racket, which you can see here, and you are supposed to try and score it by shooting it inside of the cup. So it's played by two people on opposing sides here, and each score is worth 2 points, and it's awarded to that person that scored it. If a wiffle ball goes into a cup after bouncing off the backboard, these red tiles, you only get 0.5 points. The wiffle ball can also be used to hit balloons, these floating objects. So these balloons are very hard to hit, but if you hit 3 of them in a row, it provides you with a ping pong gun with 5 ammo in it for a higher chance of getting balls into the cups. So the first player to reach 30 points will win, and the players will flip a coin to determine who shoots first. So Rocket CupStrike can be played on almost any surface as long as it's even and large enough, but a minimum size of 60 by 120 centimeters for the table is optimal. Next, the playing area is actually split into 2 areas. First of all, there's the main playing area where the cups are placed on the table, as you can see, and then there's the player areas. Their areas are marked outside of the cup area, and they're not allowed to cross the lines, which are marked by duct tape, as you can see on the floor. So, the required materials to play this game are also very simple. First of all, you have the cups. They're just set up on the table in a triangle formation. Then there's the tennis rackets, which each player will have one to hit the wiffle ball with. And then there's the wiffle ball, to get hit by the tennis racket. And then there's the duct tape, which you use to mark the boundaries for the players. And then balloons, which are duct taped to certain cups in order to make it harder for them to hit. The players can choose where to put their cups, their balloons, to make it harder for the opponent to hit. And then there's also the backboard, which can be a piece of cardboard, just to bounce balls back onto the cups. And then there's ping pong gun. We haven't rendered this out yet, but it is obtained after hitting 3 balloons in a row, and there are 5 balls loaded in there for easy scoring, as we have stated before. We need ping pong balls for this game as well, and lastly, and most importantly, goggles. You need goggles to be safe. And then here are some rules that you need to follow. So first of all, the players must stand behind the duct tape line. Both of them are doing this, but the player's body and equipment may not cross the line. We can see here that this guy in the yellow shirt, his tennis racket is crossing the line, so he would be penalized for that. Failure to abide by this rule will actually result in an invalid turn, and if the striker receives this violation 3 times in a row, then their turn is skipped again. So the next rule is that physical altercations will reward the victim with 2 hits. So this includes things such as purposely trying to hit the opponent with a wiffle ball or a ping pong gun. And next, speaking of the ping pong gun, you're not allowed to use it to shoot the balloons, because that would be way too easy, and doing so will result in the loss of the ping pong gun and all remaining ammo. So next, a missed strike is considered a missed swing is considered a strike. Having 3 strikes will result in an invalid turn, and having 2 strikes will cut your scored points in that turn by half. So next, in the event that the second player reaches 30, for example, if this one reached 30 points and this one was at 29, then this guy will have 1 redemption turn. This is a chance to score a point and make it 30-30 as a tie. So this is called sudden death, and whoever cannot match the other player's points will lose. It will go on 31, 31, 32, 33 until she gets 33, and then he gets 0 because he lost. And additionally, during the sudden death period, ping pong guns cannot be used due to the advantage it gives. If the player has extra ping pong balls, they can use a tennis racket to hit them, but that is not recommended. So our target audience is mainly focused on the 10 to 18 age group. However, anybody can play this game as long as you're wearing proper protective equipment such as goggles. So why are we unique? Well, you've never seen a game like this, have you? We have combined aspects of cup pong, basketball, and tennis, and then we added our own special twist. We have cups from cup pong and the triangular setup similar to that. We have the backboards from basketball, and the duct tape line is similar to like a free throw line. We have tennis rackets for players to use, and then they can serve in a tennis-like fashion. And lastly, we add our own twists with the balloons, ping pong guns, and ping pong balls. We hope our game will be memorable and hopefully a household classic for years to come. Thank you for listening to our presentation, and I hope you can consider buying our game.